Welcome. Chapter 1, The Quiet Return. I want you to know there is nothing you need to become while you're here. You don't need to fix yourself. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to arrive anywhere. This is not a test. This is not a performance. There is a moment most people don't talk about. It isn't the breakdown. It isn't the awakening. It isn't the dramatic decision to change everything. It's quieter than that. It's the moment you realize you've been slightly away from yourself for a long time. Not because you wanted to leave, but because staying didn't feel safe. No one taught you how to stay. So you learned how to adapt. You learned how to move just enough to survive. You learned how to be useful, agreeable, strong, or invincible. And somewhere along the way, you stopped noticing when you disappeared. This book is not about going back to who you were before life shaped you. It's about returning to yourself without force, without punishment, without urgency, without the idea that you need to be fixed. Because you were never broken. You were responding. Most people believe healing begins with effort. Try harder, dig deeper, push through. But effort is often what taught us to leave ourselves in the first place. When the environment wasn't safe, the body learned how to move away from feelings, from needs, from truth. Not dramatically, quietly over time. You might not remember when it started, but you can't feel its effect. The exhaustion, the sense of being on, even when you're alone. The feeling that rest has to be earned. The way your body braces, even when nothing is happening. The quiet return begins when we stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, what happened that made leaving feel necessary? You don't return by chasing yourself. You return by creating conditions where staying feels possible. That's why this book moves slowly. That's why there is space. That's why nothing here asks you to perform insight or arrive at conclusions. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to read one page and stop. You are allowed to feel nothing at all. Nothing bad happens if you don't understand everything right away. It's okay. You got this. If you're listening to this, there's a chance you've already tried to change yourself in ways that hurt. You may have called it discipline or growth or healing, but force leaves a residue. This work is different. This is about noticing where you are without demanding movement, listening without interrogating, staying without bracing. The return doesn't announce itself. It begins quietly. Sometimes with relief, sometimes with grief, sometimes with resistance. All of it belongs. Before we go any further, let's begin with one gentle truth. You do not need to rush to be worthy of your own presence. You are already allowed to be here. I love you and I see you. Remember, life is too short to be short-handed. What's most important is your heart space, where it pumps, right? All of the things that's inside of your heart space that just wants to come out, wants to be loved, wants all the things that you truly deserve. And I hope that this message really resonates to the right people who are truly meant to receive. I love you and I see you. Bye.